a Spitfire 5B, and this mission is about to end, or maybe it just did end. Not really sure. It's been going for 2 hours and 43 minutes. Usually around now, that means the mission is over. You get what I'm saying? We're at the tail end of a mission. So, I was going to fly the Mustang, the P51B/C. The one that has the Razorback, not the bubble canopy. And the thing is, I don't have, on this account, the Trisso account, I don't have Battle of Normandy, unfortunately. That's on my original account, WOL I 9000, which is banned from multiplayer, thanks to the devs siding with narcissists and sociopaths at my expense. So I can't fly the Mustang in this particular stream because of that artificial and unfair and unjust limitation. So I'll fly the Spitfire VB. So I've got a bit of fuel, not total, but 250. That's about it really. Got the mirror. Do I want the... I didn't tick that, I guess it's just ticked by default for the Merlin 45, and I've gone for the original skin here, like Battle of Britain kind of skin. So yeah, let's go. What's the guns? Guns at a 400. Is that cool? Is that what I want? Yeah, it's about right. And there you go, the mission just finished, as I predicted. Alright, I just brought the chat up so I can see the chat now. So the next session will begin fairly soon. I haven't flown the Spitfire 5B in quite a while. By the way, I used to call it the VB, but in fact it's Roman numerals, so it's like 5B, Spitfire 5B. Trying to remember all of the things about this plane, what I should do with it and everything. You've got boost and full power for a short time, maybe less than 5, maybe 3 minutes or something. And when will the next one begin? Wings of Liberty has 44 players on it right now. That'd be pretty good. Why don't I go and do that? I'm conflicted between TAW and Wings of Liberty. It's not working. Maybe I'll just go and play one flight on Wings of Liberty, and then I'll come back. So this is Wings of Liberty. I know the title says Tactical Air War. I'm waiting for the new Tactical Air War to load up, so I'll go back there after this one flight here. By the way, everyone, today I've done something with my rudder pedals. I've attached them to the floor with screws. And now I have 6 screws attaching my rudder pedals to the floor. So this is the one of the first flights in multiplayer now with the rudder pedals adjusted. Rudder pedals adjusted so that they're stuck on the floor. They can't budge, they can't move. There's 6 screws holding them in place, and they're backed up against the wall. The wall is the backstop. Yeah, I'm just going to turn that sound down a bit. We have quite a long way to go. Alright, so yeah, quite a long way to go. We have a bridge over there somewhere to defend. Is it under attack? It was under attack 2 or 3 minutes ago. Let's go and have a look now. So yeah, I've just attached my rudder pedals to the ground. I also cleaned all the dust off the floor around the rudder pedals, which was a lot. And I also cleaned the rudder pedals themselves, which had so much dust on them. There's no one there. and I studied the design of the rudder pedals. Using the rudder pedals since I got them a couple of months ago, I decided that there was a lot of friction whenever you tried to operate them, especially with putting the weight of your feet and your legs on them. There would be an increase in friction, and then you tried to push them, as you do with rudder pedals, push them with your feet, and the friction would stop them from gliding smoothly. And I just investigated the design of the rudder pedals, and I found that this was true, that this was happening for a reason to do with the design of the rudder pedals. Each pedal has two metal rails, and on those rails rests two plastic kind of runners, which are like, they're sort of like brake pads in effect, that wrap around the rails. And so when you put your weight on them, it's like friction is what it is. There's friction there, which is really bloody retarded. I don't know why Thrustmaster thought that they were going to design it that way. It's a really stupid thing to do. So what I did then is I thought, do I want to put oil on these rails so that there'll be less friction with the plastic on the metal? So it's plastic components resting on metal components with weight on them. So friction, lots of friction. It's like trying to run a train on a train track without the train having any wheels, and expecting the train to go along the train track when it doesn't have any wheels, by you coming along and pushing it along. Like, it's that kind of retarded kind of thing. It really needs wheels or ball bearings or something to reduce the friction. So what I did was I grabbed some graphite powder, which is a dry lubricant. And it's really hard to get it out of the bottle in a way that you want it to be. It usually goes everywhere that you don't want it and nowhere that you do want it. But you get these like bottles where you can like squirt the graphite dust out of the nozzle. So I got heaps of graphite on the rudder pedal unit, all across it, making it dirty, and I got heaps of graphite powder on the floor, making it dirty. So I spent 10 minutes cleaning all of that up with tissues and water. But there is some graphite powder on the runners for the rudder pedals on the rails. So that means that they're quite, at the moment, they're quite friction, not, there's still got heaps of friction, but there's less friction, and there's no dust or anything, and they're attached to the ground. There's some action way over there. Yeah, so long story short, I've done something to repair my rudder pedals. Not repair, to ergonomically attach them to my flight sim setup under my desk. So I'm just going to have to go to the front line, otherwise there'll be no action. Supposed to be a lot of players on here, 20 enemies out there somewhere. So this little plane that I have here, it's not as fast as the 109s and so on. It can't really outturn them in a turn fight unless you take less fuel. If you take less fuel, then you can just outturn them after about 3 revolutions probably. So it's an interesting little plane. We've got something over there to go and have a look at. There's a plane flying over there. It's so close to my airbase, it's got to be one of ours. Yeah, I'm not really going to pursue that. Unless it's a Stuka or something. No, it would trigger off the warning system on the map. I'll just head to the front line. as plane over there, moving fast. On the deck, what could it be? Looks like a 109 to me. Well, he's gone beneath the ridge. Unless he comes up again, might not see him again. Might lose him. There he is. Full power. Yeah, it's a 109, full power. Should I go head to head? Oh no, he's escaping. Can I catch him? Nah, I'm doing 500 right now. Gonna overheat very soon. I doubt that I'll catch him. Use the rudder pedals. Alright, so there you go. I got attacked by, it's summer here now, I got attacked by bloody flying ants right then as all of that was going on. Do I hear another aircraft? Or do I hear my own aircraft? Yeah. What is it though? LA5 perhaps? Yeah, I did hear another aircraft. What is it? It doesn't seem intent on fighting. Yeah, it's one of ours. G'day in the chat there. G'day Rouse. Right, so that one's outbound or wherever it's going. Was that the 5-minute thing? I think we got 5 minutes left. Alright, that's pretty, yeah, so it's alright dogfight. Fairly good. Alright, so I was kind of using the rudder pedals there a little bit, but not totally very much. Still not comfortable with them. But it's good that they're not sliding all over the floor like they have been up until today. Remind everybody to support the channel financially, to subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and check out my website, froggyfrog9000.com, and check out I've got a Twitter now. Check out my Twitter. I'm on Twitter. And join my Discord. I have a Discord for IL-2 Sturmovik. It's called IL-2 Sturmovik Best Discord because it's the best one. And it really is. So join the Discord. I'll put a link in the description after the stream if I remember to. I hope I do. I hope I remember to. Because I want to promote that Discord quite a bit and get lots of pilots onto the best IL-2 Sturmovik Discord. Let's just head to this enemy position here and stuff like that and everything. During live streams like this, you can pay a super thanks. There's a dollar icon. You can select that and it can bring up things like super stickers and super chat. Make your message stand out. Get creative with animated GIFs, etc., etc. So check that out. My airbase is being attacked. I can't get back there in the next few minutes though. There's a plane. Let's go full power because it's like, a couple of minutes left at the most. 2 planes up there, one of them much closer than the other. Let's go and have a look. Too high though. It's a 109, but it's so high. With my little plane, I don't think I can catch it unless it comes this way. And there's one behind it right there. Also a 109. So we got 2 109s, both above me. Can I catch them? Probably not. In fact, this is such a silly thing to do. They're flying in a formation and they're in cloud almost. So and they're deciding to climb higher and higher. I'd rather just break off and not do this. Devastating firepower. Imagine if I shot them down from there. Alright, that was one game, wasn't it? So let's leave the server. Excuse me. Let's see if we can get into the tactical air wall. let's add some kind of a custom thing. This is a good feature, isn't it? Frog 9000. How does it look? Oh yeah, it looks great. What about the other side? Yeah, it looks beautiful. It's all in order and everything. Alright, that's so good, isn't it? Let's go. Remember, this is Tactical Air War, so it's the hardest server that there is. Let's see what the Techno Chat says. What was that noise? What the hell was that noise? Did someone just lose a canopy or something? That didn't sound too good, did it? Alright, anyways, how do you fly this thing? Okay, that's the mixture full rich and the propeller full fine. And let's shut the... I've got to adjust the track IR. Alright, that's better. What else? Do I want flaps or anything? Probably not. Where's the runway? It's probably out there. Which airbase am I at? Probably this one. Let's have a look at it. One runway. Alright, so I just got to take off to the 120 degrees or so. 145 or something. Alright, it's about where I'm facing. Okay, so we've got full mixture, got propeller. What else do I need? Radiator. Just checking out different radiator settings. Let's go 20%. What about oil radiator? Maybe there's no oil radiator. What about another radiator? Alright, let's start the engine. Oh yeah, I've got to set the this thing here. 450 yards, be about 100 meters, 400 meters. And then this stuff here, about 33 feet. There we go. Let's just get out of here. How do you taxi this plane? You need a bit of brake and you need a bit of engine power, and then you can taxi it nicely. And there's our runway right up ahead over there. And I've got an itchy back. Hey, you stop it, Spitfire, don't you dare ground loop it. Alright, let's get ready. Let's go. using these rudder pedals. There's 100 miles an hour. There's 120. Let's lift off. I have to look at the RPM and stuff soon. So boost can be higher, and then RPM could probably be 2600 or something. Alright, we are airborne. "16 enemies out there." Let's do a bit of climbing. And let's check out the this thing over here. Heck, which Merlin do I have? Anyways, which one ever it is, the engine mode should be... What should it be? Cruising 2650 and 7. Let's set that now. "30 minutes at 2850 and 9, 3 minutes at full RPM and boost 16 instead of boost 9, 3 minutes at full power, 2850 and 9 for 30 minutes. What is that? P47? Or an FW? It's an FW! Boost! Full boost, don't lose him, don't lose him. Yeah, got hits. Full RPM, full power, full boost. That's got him. Yeah! Boost off. RPM down a bit. And the power back. How was that, eh? That was scintillating. Well, he's a fireball in the ground, and I'm a Spitfire 5B. Ha 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 ha! That's why they call me the Frog of Doom. Power back to 7. 2650 RPM. That'll do us. And the boost is off. That was amazing. Just caught that FW just lazing around like that. I thought he was a friendly. I thought he was a P47. He flew right across my path. I got a good burst on him from long distance and got hits on his wings. And that freaked him out, and then he started maneuvering, and I was already at full power and boost, but then I just needed to adjust the RPM to full RPM, which I did, and then I just run him down. And he crashed into the ground. Shit. I stalled it out. Come on, Spitfire, that's it. Boost, RPM. Let's get on towards the base. The plane's probably not flying too well right now. There's a plane way over there. Is that him? 3 minutes at this power setting. Do I have a moving map? Probably not. So how do I find out where my base is to go on land? Excuse me. Flying over a river, double river. There we go. Just follow the double river somewhere. From Cayenne, or Car as it's called, you just fly north and you get there. Well, that one that took a shot at me, that was opportunistic. And I mean, he didn't succeed too well because I saw him before he came in. And I got out of there. Let's cut the power. Back to 7. What about that RPM? There we go. How's the plane? Well, here's an airfield. Isn't that the one that I took off from? Looks like it to me. Yep. That's all them parked there. How do we know that it's it though? How do we know that it's got those wing kind of... Yeah, that's it, alright. Okay, full RPM. Back on the power. Use the rudders. Okay, and now we want gear. And now we want flap. And now we want full back trim. Pretty high. Rudder. Use the rudder. Use the rudder. Use the rudder. Use the rudder. Copped a few machine gun bullets in each wing. No big deal. How's it looking? A little bit low now. A little bit slow too. It's all good. The engine's holding up. Is there anyone forming onto the runway? No. Don't want to be going too fast here. Keep it at about 100, 110. And land with 5% power on at least. And then brake. Keep the power on, but use the brake. So you've got control and authority over the rudder. See, the so-called aces will never... I'm an ace. The so-called aces will never tell you all the stuff that I'm telling you as I'm landing. They'll keep it a secret so that they can look impressive without telling you exactly what they're doing. Let's go and form up next to this B-25. So-called aces. Oh, we're so impressive, we never get shot down. There's not a single instance of us on our YouTube channels getting shot down. We're gods of air combat. And let's just park here, like that. That was a successful sortie on TAW. And I got a kill and I made it back to base. Pity I didn't get a chance to dogfight that second plane though and kill it. That would have been good. It'll be more points than that. It'll be more than 10 points. It has a lag. It takes a while for it to get its act together. Okay, so that is going to be the end of the stream. I have to go really soon. Maybe I'll just do another really quick flight, like just a real quick one. We'll go down to 180 litres of fuel and then just take off. USA 23, Germany 15. Okay, mixture, full rich, propeller, full RPM, canopy close. 20% radiator for the water. I'm just going to advance the throttle a wee bit and press E. I don't think you have to advance the throttle on this plane. I've been flying the Yak 1 and you do need to do that. That's why I've gotten into that habit. You do need to do it on other planes too, but not all of them. One other plane that you need to advance the throttle on is the BF-110E. BF-110E you need to. The other BF-110, I think it's the G, you don't need to. Alright, so this is going to be a quick flight, so again, using those rudder pedals and using the brakes when I need to. Very narrow track undercarriage on the Spitfire. Let's go a bit more power, full power. Much more organised and orderly takeoff this time than the first one. I think you'll agree. Gear up. Bring the RPM. Whoops. Bring the RPM down. I can just see the instrument panel instruments enough to do this, but only just. There we go. Yeah, that's all good like that. Alright, good. Like I said, this has got to be a fairly short flight. Let's go. What fun, huh? This is the Normandy map, and I think it's like a really good map. I really like this map. So I want to talk a bit about psychology. Obviously I'm trying to do two things at once, but last year 2023 and the year before it 2022 I learned a great deal about psychology, and I just want to cover some of the topics that I learned about. One of them is narcissism, another one is schizoid. How's this plane going? I think it's going well. Schizoids are a very strange people indeed. They find they have imaginary friends, and they have a huge fantasy world, and they prefer their fantasy world to the real world. And if they know you in real life, then what they do is they make a copy of you in their fantasy world, and then they interact exclusively as much as possible with the copy of you that they have on the inside, instead of the real you that they have on the outside. This is what schizoids do. It stems, as all these kind of things do, it stems from childhood trauma. Schizoids would have had some childhood trauma when they were very young, early childhood, that made them into a schizoid. Typically, they have flat affect, which means that their facial expression is non-existent. They're known as robots. I believe in the diagnostic manual, psychology manual, the DSM-5, schizoids are officially described as robotic. Schizoids are officially described as robots. Schizoid personality disorder, robotic, robots. Schizoids know all about what it is to be a robot because they have flat affect. That means their face doesn't really have much emotion expressed on it, but behind the face, inside, they are experiencing emotion, but they don't show the emotion on the outside. There's no outward indicator showing us that they are experiencing emotion, whether it's happiness and smiling, or sadness and crying, or angry and frowning, or whatever they're feeling. They don't show it on the outside, even though they're feeling it on the inside. So that's called flat affect, and that's what schizoids have. Not only is their facial expression limited, but also their body expression is limited. You'll notice, like, for example, classically, Italians talk with their hands, don't they? Italians talk with their hands, like very exaggerated bodily expression, or, so some people walk in a certain way, like with a lot of confidence or a lot of flamboyance in expression or whatever. Body language, body, all that stuff. So schizoids, because they're robots, they don't do any of that stuff. When they talk, they keep their hands down by their sides. When they walk, they keep their hands down by their sides, mostly, from what I understand. They're robots. They're very non-expressive, non-emotional on the outside, although on the inside, they are feeling some emotions. So that's the flat effect of schizoids. That childhood trauma that would cause a schizoid, I don't exactly know what it is, but I can imagine that it would be something like neglect, like physical and emotional neglect. If a child's physically neglected, they're going to be, for example, sitting in a room all by themselves when they're a child. There's nobody for them to talk to. So under such, and this is when a child is small, that's when they're developing, they're growing, they're learning about the world, and that's when the personality disorders come into play if there's trauma from abuse, like neglect. Where's these other planes? Lucky I've got something complex to talk about. I've got to keep checking my 6 though. The real danger is the trees so far. So this has got to be a short sortie as well, by the way. Use the rudder pedals. The kind of childhood trauma, the kind of abuse and childhood trauma that could lead to a person becoming a schizoid in adulthood, I believe, would be if the kid was just stuck by themselves all day long, and so they might be experiencing emotions, but they would have no need to express the emotions on the outside because there's nobody there to see them having the emotions. So learning to what's called emote. You know the word emoji. It's like a little smiley face or whatever that shows emotion when you're typing. Well, that is based on the word emote, emoji, emote, and so schizoids don't emote, and it's probably from that childhood trauma saying to them, there's no point in you learning to express yourself outwardly because there's nobody here to see you, even if you were to express yourself. It's pretty damn sad, isn't it? It's almost like that saying, if a tree falls in the woods, and nobody's around to hear it, does it make a sound? So if a schizoid feels like smiling on the inside when they're a tiny little kid, but there's no one else in real life to see them smile, have they actually smiled? Or does it even matter if they've smiled, if there's no one there to see them smile? So this is, you're starting to get a picture of the world of schizoids. So schizoids are self-erasing people in the real world. Their defining characteristic is their inner world, their inner landscape. their fantasy world, their inner fantasy world. And like I said, they have imaginary friends. We're talking about adults here with many hundreds, if not thousands, of imaginary friends. They have a tendency to really like stories. They like stories. They like movies and books. They don't like people, but they like movies and books. They don't like interacting with people, but they like reading about people interacting with people. This is the world of schizoids. They're fantasy people. They know all about every single cartoon and every single comic and every single story. They know all about this kind of stuff. There's players out there. Where are they? I need some imaginary friends so I can have some air combat. So, and no, I'm not a schizoid. It's the mark of a cultivated mind to be able to entertain an idea without accepting it. But now look, schizoid is a fact in personality disorders category. What else can I say about schizoid? Schizoids don't want relationships of any kind with real life people. Schizoids are self-erasing in the real world. Schizoids don't have sex. Male and female schizoids, even if it's like a male and he's going through puberty and he's experiencing hormones, testosterone for the first time, there's no sex drive there. There's no sex drive there. Schizoids are without a sex drive. They're asexual. They have no sexuality. It's not as though a schizoid man is a man. It's more like a schizoid man is a robot, like C-3PO or R2-D2. Is R2-D2 a man? Would you describe... Let me ask you something. Would you describe R2-D2, that little robot that whistles, that Luke Skywalker can understand what he's saying, but to us he's just whistling. R2-D2, would you describe that as a man? Of course not, it's a robot. Same, a schizoid. A schizoid man is not a man. A schizoid man is a robot. No sex, no sexuality, no gender. This is true stuff, and it blows your mind, doesn't it? Isn't it just fascinating? And this is just a small taste of the world of schizoid personality disorder. So like I said, one of the marked characteristics of schizoids is that they don't like relationships. There's a plane. I can out turn. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shit, we've got a 109 there. Let's just head back to base. I'm not in a favourable position here. Let's go full RPM. That 109 spotted me. He's coming at me. Boost on. Don't stall it out this time. Cut the power. Don't wreck it. Whoa. Now then. Very low airspeed here. Should I go the flaps? Just keep turning. Keep turning nicely. There he is. He seems to have the edge. Uh-oh. But for how long will he have the edge? I'll get him soon. Just keep flying nicely. Keep it smooth. Use your rudder pedals. There he is. I've got him. I've got him. Now he's screwed. What is he? He's a F or something. Yeah. Take that. Got to remember how to fly the Spitfire too. It's a different kind of a plane. Oh shit, there's two of them. You kidding me? Always, huh? Yeah, gotcha. And I survived. Suck shit. Ha ha ha. I survived. Possibly in my own territory. Quickly, quickly, quickly. 15 minutes sitting here waiting to get shot at. Pull out my sidearm. Come here, you bastard. I gotta go, guys. Yeah, 1 aircraft. Ditched, 6 points. So schizoids know all about robots because they identify strongly with the robot. They also have issues sometimes, a lot of the time, with empathy and things like that. So that's basically the end of the stream. Eric Wright, I think it's pronounced schizoid. Eric Wright, you listen to me, man. I'm the authority on the subject. It's not you that tells me, it's me that tells you. You don't know what you're talking about. When I speak about these subjects, I don't want people interjecting and saying, no, 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 you've got it all wrong. It's actually my way of thinking. There's only one way that it is, and it's not schizoid, it's schizoid. I don't mean to get triggered, but there's so many laymen that think that they know something, and they don't begin to know even the smallest, tiniest thing about any of these subjects relating to human personality disorders derived from early childhood trauma. No offense, but you don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, that's the end of the stream. I'll be back at some other point. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Like, share, subscribe. Super chat and super thanks. Check out the website. Check out the Discord. Best IL-2 Sturmovik Discord. And I'll see you guys later on. Bye for now. 07.